everybody, we are in Portland. Hi Lily.
Hi.
So today I am with Lily, and Lily has been living in Portland for how long?
3 years now, since 2018.
Cool.
Yeah.
So in today's video, we are going to cover the pros of living and working here in Portland, Oregon. And I have my friend Lily who's going to share with me and with us some tips and feedback about the pros that I'm going to share with you today. Getting ready to get started?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so we're gonna start with the pros. So the pros on my list here is that Portland is actually very environmental friendly. Would you agree with that?
I definitely would. There's a lot of resources for people who want to get engaged with environmental activism. There's compost and recycling available at pretty much every restaurant.
Right. And
yes.
homes.
Yeah.
And homes.
Yeah, good infrastructure
They even
for that.
recycle the compost, which you don't find in every city. So it's really great.
Yeah, and Portland does a very good job of it too. They distribute some of it into forests in the area, so it actually does go back to nature. Yeah.
So, for example, in Portland, in the area of Portland, there's about 279 parks. So there's practically parks everywhere around each neighborhood. Yeah.
Yeah, very walkable for all the parks. Good places to spend a summer day.
Yeah, and I have a little data here for you. So apparently Portland is the first state to introduce the bottle deposit in effort to reduce litter.
Yeah, we got some history with that.
Yeah, and it's also the 9th greenest city in the United States. And I said city, not states.
Yeah.
So that's a really big thing. And do you know which one is first? I asked you already. Which one is first?
San Francisco, I believe you said.
I know,
Yeah. Beautiful city. Much love.
All right, so let's go on to our pros number 2. Well, proximity to nature, right?
There are some beautiful places around here. One of my favorites is a park called Blue Pool. I've been there one time before. It's about an hour and a half hike, depending on your skill, up to this cliff that overlooks the deepest blue ultramarine pool you've ever seen.
That's amazing. I haven't had a chance to do that. But I did get a chance to go to the Columbia River Gorge. And
very beautiful.
Yeah, have you been?
I haven't actually, no.
Oh, you gotta see. There's a beautiful waterfall there. It's not the tallest in the US, but it's pretty impressive.
It's pretty hilly around here. Probably a lot of waterfalls to be seen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, actually, in Oregon, we have deserts, waterfalls, sea, the beach, and what else? And then when I said desert, I was like, what? Desert here? It's cold. Have you been to that desert?
Yeah, it is. It's like a high desert, so higher altitude. I think a little more precipitation, just like 2-3 hours to the east. There's also a lot of geothermal features, so there's lots of hot springs. Luxurious, really.
So they have like spas around that you can...
No, they're like natural hot springs.
So people can go. Let me tell you about the 7 wonders of Oregon. Do you know any? Let me see if you can my list, because I got the list now.
Didn't you say the Columbia Gorge earlier?
So Columbia Gorge is one.
We talked about that.
And then we have Mount Hood.
Beautiful. You can see it from downtown on a clear day.
It's beautiful. Then we have Crater Lake. Let me know if you've been to any of these. The Painted Hills.
Haven't been there, no.
The Wallowas.
Don't even know what that is.
And
I'm
Smith
not much
Rock.
of a local, as you can tell.
What about Smith Rock?
Don't know either.
So basically, Oregon is really, really beautiful. It's green. There's so much to do here, so that's definitely on our list as pros. All right, next is job opportunities.
Kind of a complicated one. So I've definitely had a pretty easy time finding work in Portland. I am young and white.
And bubbly.
Bubbly, yeah, personable.
You said white?
Yeah. No, yeah,
We're
that's a
gonna
real
talk about
thing.
this in a second.
Yeah, we'll talk about this in a second.
Yeah. Well, I was just looking at some data, and apparently based on the Oregon's employment department, there's about, since last year and last summer, there was about 107,000 jobs opening. And the jobs are in high demand here are nurses, physical therapy, and anything around the medical field.
OHSU is a big kind of social thing around here, so that's probably why there's a lot of like hospital nursing jobs Yeah, so
So Portland, Oregon is also the home of some of the largest companies such as
Intel?
Intel.
I didn't know that.
Yes,
See, I knew
this is
Nike,
Intel.
but yeah.
Intel, Nike, US Bank, and more. So if you come here and move to Portland, I think it'll be really easy for you to find jobs. Cut. All right, so next pros is the walkability of Portland. So I really like this one because where are we here?
So we're in the Selwood, Moreland area.
Exactly, which is more family residential, but I don't have a car and I actually walked everywhere, including this coffee shop where I met Lily. And for me it's really cool because you have different areas here when you can actually walk around, but it's really in pockets, right? So you can't really go from one area to the other without a car or Ubering.
Right.
So that's the only inconvenience.
Depending on the pocket that you're trying to get to, as you
Right.
so elegantly put it, there are like light rail trains that run
How's
around
the
the city.
transportation here?
It's decent, so if you're kind of along the places where the trains go, you're great.
Right.
The buses are kind of iffy. They like stop running so early. All the public transportation stops like the trains I think stop around like 10, 11 o'clock.
Really?
depending. Yeah.
So it's not 24 hours?
No, it's not 24 hours.
Oh.
If you're working night shifts or anything like that,
You need a car.
You need a car.
Yeah, but we have some really great walkable neighborhoods, just like Hawthorne, downtown. This
Downtown's pretty walkable.
neighborhood, what is the Pearl? But overall, it's pretty walkable, and the public transportation is decent. So, my favorite of all time is no sales tax. No sales tax, everybody.
Yeah, you can get all your fancy Doc Martens,
Right.
all your food free of tax. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty nice.
So here, no sales tax. So if you are on the hunt for a new laptop or you want to buy some equipment just
Speaking
like
from
I did,
experience
yes,
here, huh?
make sure you come to Portland. Actually, there's 5 states in the U.S. who don't have sales tax, including Montana, Alaska, and I forgot what else, Oregon for sure, and yeah. All right, the next one, and I think you can speak on that one, is the food scene, right? So Portland is really good when it comes to the food scene, so bars, restaurant, beers, coffee scene. So what is your take on that?
So the food scene in Portland is really fun.
Yeah.
Definitely attracts a lot of people who want to move here.
Right.
The main focus for a lot of people who want to come here and check it out is food trucks, food carts. There's a lot of food cart pods in different areas around the city.
And the coffee scene.
Yeah, the coffee scene is
Yeah.
pretty big too.
It's
Lots
pretty
of specialty
serious,
coffee.
actually.
So for people who really care like about the
Right.
quality and the taste of their espresso,
Yep.
it's a craft, it's an art.
Yep, fair trade, and it's really an art here. Like they take the coffee very seriously, and then you have the whole environmental ways and different type of milk and organic and all of that. So definitely recommend it. And also let's not forget about the beers, right? So Portland is famous for the breweries.
Yeah.
Actually, there's 91 breweries here in Portland, or important areas, which is huge. And I found out that one of the reasons why the beer is so successful here is because of the quality of the water. Did you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the water's very soft and
New York has their bagels and we have our beer.
yeah, that's right. And apparently here brewers work with farmers. So that means that farmers and brewers work together to figure out what flavor they're gonna grow for their beer. So they collaborate with chefs, they collaborate with honey producers. So because they have such a great collaboration, they're able to create those flavors that sets Portland apart from the rest of the country. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. So thank you so much for watching. Is there any last word you want to share now?
No, I don't think so.
All right, so make sure you follow Lily on Instagram. We're gonna put his Instagram in the link down below. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Any questions, please leave them in the comment below. Do not forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye bye from Portland. Thank you guys. That was awesome.
That was so much fun.
See?
Oh my gosh. I'm glad we got to spend so much time.
Okay, everybody, so I would love to introduce you to my new course on how to become a successful digital nomad. And in this course, I am going to teach you the step-by-step process that I use to travel the world and work remotely. I am Salua. I have been a digital nomad now for 3 years, and I have lived and traveled in 25 plus countries and 3 continents. I went to countries I didn't speak the language. I went to countries that were very foreign to me, and I still managed to run my business successfully wherever I was around in the world. So In this course, I will teach you exactly my process, but I also will teach you how to run, how to start a successful online business. I'll share with you the tools, hacks, and tips that I use to run my business. But not only that, we'll cover also what are the best destinations for you, the friendly digital nomad destinations, as well as how to find the best accommodations for you that fits your digital nomad lifestyles. And I will bring on some experts who have also been digital nomad for over 5 years plus that can share with us some of their expertise. So I hope you join us for this course. Make sure you sign up. I'm gonna leave the link down below, and I'm looking forward to see you there.